G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the one major flaw that the Protee VX had and how Protee have now overcome this flaw. So in today's video, I'm talking about the way the actual Protee tracks spin and spin axis. So the Protee unit, it doesn't dimple track. And this is something that Protee made very known. Yes, you can use any golf ball with the Protee, but you've just got to be aware that it doesn't dimple track. So what does that mean? What that means is the Protee actually needs a logo or something on the actual golf ball itself to track spin and spin axis correctly. Now, these can be a name, so like the TaylorMade name on the ball. A lot of people use these TaylorMade Pix balls because they're just covered in marks. They're covered in these little, this pattern. So the unit will always pick up on one of these no matter how you put the ball down. But I guess at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is the Protee doesn't dimple track. So unlike GC3, unlike the Unicore I Mini, the Protee needs a logo or something on the golf ball to lock onto to accurately get spin and spin axis. If you're using something like a GC3, you're using something like an I Mini, it actually locks onto the dimples themselves. So it can lock onto these dimples, put reference points, and calculate spin and spin axis correctly. So this realistically was, for me, it was the only major flaw of this unit. And I did some testing a few months ago where I used a golf ball that had the Titleist logo really worn down. It was a really old golf ball. Let me get it. So I did a test with this golf ball that I'd used a lot. And so the actual logo on the golf ball had kind of worn off. You can see there, even the Pro V isn't pronounced. It's an old golf ball. And what I did was I tried to angle this so the unit would not pick up on the Titleist. It would not pick up on the Pro V1 logo there. I tried to really make it a worst case scenario for the Protee. What did I find? Well, I found, exactly like people were saying in the forums, that if I tried to hit a massive hook and the unit did not lock onto these logos, the golf ball would essentially go straight. Now, it wasn't dead straight. It would have like a little fade on it, even when I was trying to play a massive hook. So there was a flaw with this unit where if it didn't see these logos, the ball would essentially go dead straight. So the forums were correct. The reason I didn't put a video out on this is because I didn't want people to essentially know how to cheat with this unit. So I didn't want to announce it worldwide and have everybody with this unit playing an SGT being able to cheat. However, I did contact Protee and I sent them multiple videos and I explained the situation and I basically handed it over to them. Dennis, the guy that I speak to at Protee, said they weren't aware of this and he said they were going to work on it and try and fix it. I'm happy to announce today that this issue has been addressed with a new thing that they're calling Spin AI. So what is Spin AI? Spin AI is something that they've developed that the unit is going to use when it doesn't pick up on a logo on the golf ball. What Spin AI does in a nutshell is it's going to take all of the parameters read by the Protee. So not only club data, but it's going to take all the other metrics as well, like all the metrics that it can get, ball data, etc. It's going to take all those metrics and then it's going to use its AI database with millions and millions of shots to come up with a estimated spin value and spin axis value based on the parameters that they know. So this system, it's AI, it's learning all the time. So it's going to get better and better over time. But what I want to show today is I actually want to show this in practice. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get a 7-iron. I'm going to hit some massive hooks with a Pix ball. And then I'm going to get this golf ball. But what I might do is I'm going to sand these logos down completely so there's nothing on this golf ball. So you can see the logos there now. Give me a second. Right, so we have a TaylorMade Pix ball and then we have our Titleist golf ball with the logos worn down as much as I can. So fingers crossed we get some of this Spin AI kicking in and we should see some estimated spin and spin axis data that closely resembles what the TaylorMade Pix ball is doing. Like I said, this is an ongoing learning program. So the more shots that get fed into it, the better it is going to get. Okay, 7-iron test, Pix golf ball. First swing of the day, so fingers crossed we can hit some decent shots. But this will be a massive hook. I should be hopefully seeing around 2,000 left spin. I completely duffed that. You can see there we had 16.19 for the spin, left spin that is. So if you look in the top left-hand corner, you've got side spin there. I've also got spin axis displayed as well. All right, let's hit another hook. Okay, you can see there, 15.54. Let's really go over the top now and hit an even bigger hook. I mean, that's left on left, 1880. 13.45. Come on, I can hook it more than that. I can definitely hook it more than that. Okay, that's ridiculous. 2,688. It did start left though as well. A smother hook. 1916. Okay, so that was the hooks with the Pix ball. Now, let me get my Titleist golf ball, and I'm going to angle this so the unit hopefully doesn't see the Titleist logos either side. And then I've kind of sanded down the actual Pro V logo the best I can. So let me get that on camera. So that's, you know, what it's going to see, but I'm going to put that underneath. So hopefully it doesn't see any of that. It just sees a plain white golf ball. And fingers crossed, we see the spin AI kick in and still show us a massive hook. Fingers crossed. I can 100% confirm I tried this a few months ago. I hit a massive hook and the ball went dead straight. Or it had a little fade, which was weird, but let's hit a massive hook. Okay, you can see there, we've had a big hook. If I bring up the lab software, and what you can see is the golf ball there in the actual lab software, and it's putting those reference points on the ball, but it doesn't have anything to lock onto. So this is where it's using the spin AI. What I would love to see in this software is some indication that the software is actually using an estimated spin AI number, because I'm getting no indication that this is, you know, an estimated figure. It'd be good if this one said, hey, you know, make it italicized like TrackMan does. Just make it an italicized number, so then we know that the unit didn't capture it and it's using spin AI. Let's hit a few more shots. So I'll go again and I'll keep hitting some massive hooks and we'll try and hide the logos the best we can. Okay, so you can see there, 1342. Now for me, what I will say is I do think that this works, but I don't think it has as much left side spin as I can produce with the TaylorMade Pix ball. So I think it works, but I think, you know, over time this will get better and better. Let's go stupid. Let's try and hit that smother hook and get 2,000 plus side spin. So there, we've only had 1561. That felt like a real smother hook. If I do that with a Pix ball real quick, I'll try and hit that same smother hook. We should see around 2,000 left spin. Okay, 1780. So not quite 2,000. I'll go back to the Titleist golf ball and I'll try and do the same thing. Now I'm not perfect. Ah, 1667. So, I mean, look, it is working. It is definitely working. Let me hit some slices now. I'll get a 5-iron. We'll go back to our Pix ball. So let's hit some big slices now. Okay, so we've had 3,407 side spin. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm hitting these flop shots essentially with a 5-iron. And go again. 3,900. Okay, now I'll try to do the exact same swing with the Titleist. And this should have around that 3,000 or even 4,000 right spin. 3,300. So it definitely works. The spin AI definitely works. Would you even be able to tell that it's spin AI versus actually calculating the spin? I don't know. I don't think so. But I'd love to know. I'd love if they visually, told us it was. So it definitely works. And trust me, this is a massive improvement over what I saw when I tested this a few months ago. So if we bring up the lab software on that shot, you can see there is a bit of a logo visible. So potentially that one was calculated, but there's no way to tell. Let's just hit a couple more with the Titleist golf ball. And look, I am doing extreme cases here. I'm doing massive slices and hooks to really push this to its limit. Okay, so that one there, 1427. To me, look, that felt like more of a slice. Let's go again. So potentially that one was actually spin AI that just didn't estimate it enough. But again, there's no way of knowing. And there we go, 2679. So yeah, interesting. I do think this is a massive improvement. I think it's a massive, upgrade or a massive step forward for Protee because, like I said, to me, this was the big elephant in the room. This was the big thing that I guess is the only negative thing I have to say about this launch monitor is that it doesn't dimple track and therefore it relies on a logo on the golf ball. And if it missed that logo, you would get incorrect spin and spin axis. I'm happy to say now with Spin AI implemented, I mean, it does fool you. There was one shot there, that slice that only went 1400 right spin. That was the only shot that I was left questioning, where the other ones were very, very similar to the Pix golf ball. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. I hope you learned something from that. To me, this Spin AI has, it hasn't eliminated the big issue with the Protee VX, but it certainly has made it to where, can you realistically tell anymore? I don't think you can. So massive step forward from Protee. I'm really happy to see this implemented. I think this is a major upgrade that hasn't been spoken about. So if you did enjoy that, definitely let me know. Any comments or questions, leave them down below and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.